Good day, students. Welcome to mathgodserve.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over part 2 of our Unit 1 Algebra 2 Common Core Test Review. Alright, let's take a look at problem number 7, where to solve the equation P equals 2L plus 2W for W. Okay, so this is the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle. Alright, so we're just going to use algebraic steps to get W isolated. First thing we're going to do is move 2L to the left side of our equation, switch the equation around, divide by 2, and that will result in the isolation of W. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract 2L from both sides of our equation. If I switch it around, I will have 2W equals P minus 2L. Now, why did I switch it around? I like to have the variable isolation on the left side. You do not have to switch it around, okay? Lastly, we'll just divide both sides of the equation by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and that leaves us with W. These two 2's divide out, equals P minus 2L over 2. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now you can leave it in this form, or you can split it up into 2. You can write it like this, or you can have this format: W equals P over 2 minus 2L over 2, which just gives us L. All right, so this is another form of writing the same answer, but whichever form you come up with on the test, you will get full credit. All right, let's take a look at problem 8. It reads, let fx equals 3x minus 8 and g of x equals 2x plus 5. Find f of x plus g of x. This is a simple addition problem. We're just simply adding these two functions, f of x and g of x. So if we want to add f of x and g of x, we'll just simply write down f of x, which is 3x minus 8, and combine it with g of x, negative 2x plus 5. Okay, let's go ahead and carry out the combination of like terms. Let's deal with the first degree variable term first. 3 minus 2 is simply 1x. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. Okay, so there goes your final answer, f of x plus g of x. All right, let's take a look at number 9. It reads, evaluate 5x squared minus 7x plus 3 for x equals negative 2. So all we're doing here is basically replacing all the x's in this expression, 5x squared minus 7x plus 3 with negative 2. Okay, so if we do that, carry out that substitution, we'll have 5 times negative 2 squared minus 7 times negative 2 plus 3. Now we're going to use the order of operations to simplify this expression right here. So we're going to deal with the parentheses first. Negative 2 squared, you have to proceed with caution here. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Okay, the square does affect the negative. Minus 7 times minus 2 is positive 14 plus 3. All right, let's simplify further. Multiply 5 times 4, 20. 20 plus 14 plus 3. Now we can add 20 plus 14 from left to right. 20 plus 14 is 34 plus 3. Your final answer is 37. All right, let's take a look at number 10. It says y equals 7x plus 5 is a function. Is y equals 7x plus 5 a function? Explain. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this function, this equation right here, and determine if it is a function or not. One easy way to determine if it is a function or not is to use a graphical approach. If I generate the graph of this function, does it pass the vertical line test? Remember, we talked about the vertical line test in part 1 of this review series. So let's go ahead and graph this. How do we graph a line? We simply use the slope and the y-intercept. In this equation right here, m, the slope is a coefficient of x, 7/1. The y-intercept is 5. So starting from 5, we're going to rise 7 units and run 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and generate the graph of this function. So we have the y-intercept is 5. Let's label our axis first. This is my y, that's my x. So we have, let me shift down my x-axis a little bit so we can fit the rise into the coordinate system. So our y-intercept is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can graph our y-intercept there. That is one point that is on the line. The next point can be determined by using the slope, okay? So we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and run 1. That's the second point on the line. And to graph a line, we need at least 2 points, so this is adequate. So we just draw our line, the graph of the function. Now, does this graph pass the vertical line test? Well, let's test it out. If we have a vertical line and sweep the entire domain, does that vertical line intersect exactly once? So let's take a look at this. If I take this line and I sweep the entire domain of this function, how many times does it intersect the line? We can clearly see that a vertical line intersects this line at exactly 1 point at any point in this domain. Okay, so this line passes the vertical line test, so that tells us that the function, the related function, is a function. The related graph is a function. Okay, so y equals 7x plus 5 is a function because of what? Because its graph passes the vertical line test. Okay, all right, so that's that. All right, let's take a look at the last question in this installment. Question is, what is the domain of the relation 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, 8, 7, 10? Now, we have to remember that the domain is a set of the inputs, and the range is a set of the outputs. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that down. Domain is the set of inputs, and the range, that is a set of outputs. All right, so the set of inputs can be known as the x's, and the set of outputs can be known as the y's. Okay, because if you think about a function, you normally input the x value into the function to determine the output, which is the y value. Okay, so if you take a look at this graph, this list of ordered pairs. In this set, the x's 1, 3, 5, and 7. What do they represent? The domain or the range? That is a set of the inputs, the domain. Okay, so for this problem, the domain is a set. Let's do that again. The domain is a set 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, now this is not, the question doesn't ask for this, but let's just list it anyway. What is the range? The range is a set of the y's, or the outputs, which are 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this presentation. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel for updates to the remainder of this review series. If you have any questions, just post it in the comment section below and we'll be glad to address it. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day.